What if I told you that the basketball gods might be preparing to deliver the most shocking trade bombshell in Raptors franchise history? We're talking about a seismic shift that could transform Toronto from playoff hopefuls into legitimate championship contenders overnight. The whispers from NBA insiders are getting louder, the mutual interest reports are multiplying, and Masai Ujiri's legendary big fish hunting strategy might be about to land the biggest catch of his entire executive career. I'm about to reveal the explosive details about why the superstar's interest in Toronto could rewrite the entire Eastern Conference landscape. What's up, Raptors Nation? Quick Court coming in hot with another deep dive that's gonna absolutely blow your mind. Hope you're all crushing it today, rocking that red and black, and ready for some earth-shattering trade intel that has me more hyped than I've been in years. How exactly does a two-time MVP who averages 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists suddenly become available to the Toronto Raptors? Drop your wildest trade predictions down in the comments right now, because I've been connecting dots that most analysts are completely missing, and what I'm about to share will change how you view this franchise's championship window forever. Brian Windhorst, one of the NBA's most connected insiders, recently dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. He revealed that the Raptors are officially making noise within the league about looking for a big fish. But here's where things get absolutely wild. Multiple sources are now confirming that there's genuine mutual interest between a certain Greek superstar and our beloved Toronto Raptors. Doug Smith's latest report has me practically jumping out of my chair. He stated, "I don't know if it will happen, but I do know there's mutual interest between Giannis and the Toronto Raptors. The wild card is the cost." Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear mutual interest from credible NBA reporters, that's not speculation. That's legitimate intel flowing through back channels. Are you starting to see why Masai Ujiri has been quietly positioning this franchise for another championship run? What does it mean when a player of Giannis's caliber reportedly wants to stay in the Eastern Conference and be the guy in a basketball crazy city? Think about this for a second. We witnessed how Toronto embraced Kawhi Leonard during our championship run. The entire country rallied behind him and he became an instant legend. Now imagine what would happen if Giannis Antetokounmpo, a player entering his prime at 29 years old, brought multiple championships to Toronto. We're talking about statue-worthy, province naming after him levels of adoration. The beauty of Toronto's current situation is our incredible depth at the wing positions. Doug Smith brilliantly pointed out that the Raptors have a logjam that actually works in their favor. Even if they had to package two players from their collection of Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji, Jacoby Walter, RJ Barrett, and Jonathan Mogbo, they'd still maintain enough talent to build around a superstar. But here's the million-dollar question that's keeping me up at night. Would Masai actually put Scotty Barnes on the table? We're talking about a 23-year-old all-star who's averaging 19 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's our franchise cornerstone, the face of the future, and honestly, trading him will break a lot of hearts in this fan base. However, let's be brutally honest about championship windows. How often do top 3 players in the NBA become available? Masai Ujiri himself has repeatedly stated that when elite talent becomes available, you have to strike. The Kawhi trade taught us that sometimes you have to sacrifice the future to seize the present moment. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the wide open nature of the Eastern Conference right now. Boston is dealing with internal questions. Philadelphia has injury concerns, and Milwaukee is clearly struggling to build around their current core. If Toronto could somehow land Giannis, they'd immediately vault into championship contention. The financial logistics actually work better than most people realize. The Raptors have the salary cap flexibility and the draft capital to make a competitive offer without completely decimating their roster. 4 first-round picks spread over multiple years, combined with the right player package, could be exactly what Milwaukee needs to kickstart their rebuild. Do you think John Horst and the Bucks front office would actually trade their franchise player to a division rival? Remember, Toronto has eliminated Milwaukee from the playoffs multiple times, so there might be some extra reluctance there. But here's what gets me most excited. The timing feels different this time. Unlike previous Giannis rumors that felt like media speculation, these reports are coming from multiple credible sources simultaneously. When Brian Windhorst and Doug Smith are both reporting similar information, that usually means legitimate conversations are happening behind the scenes. The risk-reward calculation is fascinating to consider. Yes, trading away a young talent and future picks is scary, but we're talking about acquiring a player who's won multiple MVPs, a championship, and is still in his absolute prime. Giannis isn't just talented, he's a generational competitor who elevates everyone around him. What's your gut feeling about potentially trading Scottie Barnes for Giannis? Is winning a championship in the next 2 to 3 years worth sacrificing our long-term development timeline? The most encouraging aspect of these reports is that Giannis reportedly isn't trying to force his way to one specific destination. Unlike other superstar trade requests where players have preferred landing spots, this situation gives Toronto a legitimate chance to make their best offer and compete for his services. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because this story is developing rapidly. We'll be breaking down every single update as it happens. The next few weeks could literally reshape the entire future of this franchise. If this trade actually materializes, we could be looking at the most significant roster move in Raptors history since the original Vince Carter trade. The championship. Implications are staggering and the impact on our young core would be profound. Here's the bottom line, Raptors Nation. After years of patient rebuilding and development, Masai Ujiri might be ready to make another all-in championship push. The pieces are aligning, the interest appears genuine, and the Eastern Conference window is wide open. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if this analysis got you hyped. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this potentially franchise-altering situation. Until next time, this is Quick Court keeping you connected to everything Raptors.